Welcome to a new day in Empyrion Galactic Survival, and in this part what I want to do is get out and do some exploration, see if we can find some promethium, but also what I want to do is get up here and unlock this unknown artifact simply so that we can complete the explore artifact mission. But before that I've got something I want to do, and hopefully I won't get anyone sneaking up on me at the moment. And I've found that I've got 2 promethium ore, which means I can make 20 methium pellets, and that means that I should be able to make a multi-tool. I'm just going to get in here, unlock the multi-tool, because I don't have that many unlock points, which is another reason why I want to push through all of the missions. And in theory, by doing that, I should be able to make the multi-tool, and more importantly, you can see here with 10 promethium pellets I can make 3 multi-charges. So we're going to make a single multi-charge. Here comes the rain, great. Luckily I've got my armor, so the temperature's not going to affect me that much. And the reason I want to make a multi-tool is my I've taken damage on my hover vehicle due to it not being able to fly very high and all my encounters with spiders and things. So what we're going to do is just grab that there and hook that up. And from here, we have to reload. And just make sure we're on repair. And as I say, you can see here I've got taken some damage. So I just want to literally have the ability to repair this ship while we're going forward. I'm going to check the fuel. Yeah, we've got a little bit of fuel. Not exactly going to win any real awards with this, so we just quick check. We've got 2 spare fuel capability. I've taken all the resources out, which may not have been a particularly very good idea. I need fuel. We just need loads of plant fibers. Yeah, I think what I'm going to do is, where's my woodwork constructor? Well, yeah, we're just going to pull that out and then put that back in the hover vehicle. And I've got a small amount of resources in here. I mean, anything we really need we can pick up as we go along. So just get in here. Make it small. Yeah. Well, yeah, we can go in for another 10. So we're going to power up. Oops, I left the thrusters on, which might account for why my fuel is lower than it should be. You can see I've got lots of resources around me, but the resource I really need is promethium. So just mark this. And this, where is it? Well, here we are, unknown artifact. It's only 1.86 kilometers away. We're going to go off in that direction. Of course, what we're going to do is grab some other resources as we go. Just gonna... 2 reasons. One, natural sweetener is very useful. Now I've got a fridge. I saw some plant fiber there as well. But this is all XP. It's all going to be very useful as I go forward. Actually, I need something to eat as well. Oh, there's the local insects. I mean, I'm going to resist the urge to start deconstructing this small wreckage because I've only got the 3 charges, and I don't really want to waste those on gathering resources. There's a pteropod there going in my direction. It's going to sneak through, keep going. Actually, this just something to eat. I should have something. The survival constructor there. I mean, I've got plenty of stuff. So we just put this in the fridge. I don't really want it to spoil. That can go in returning control of 1. some buds and plant protein here. Just going to grab that. I think, is that silicon? Oh no, what's this? I will take the confetti moss scrapings as well. I mean, we don't have a great need for it at the moment for advanced modification, but we might as well grab it when we can. And the important thing with this is it doesn't have the best of perish time, so you want to get this into the fridge as quickly as possible. There's another insect. I'm just going to push out. Oops. I mean, I could gather the rocks as well, but I don't really want to weigh this ship down too much at the moment on the outward bound journey. And I've been asked whether I'm going to make a base. To be honest, I'm not that much of a rush to build a base, because I'd rather see if I can find a good location before I commit to building a base somewhere. And at the moment, I'm not too sure where that's going to be. It'd be a nice dry place, would be quite useful actually. So let's just skate through the trees here. See what we can find. I mean, I'm afraid this video is probably going to be a little bit quiet. Who's this? This looks like it's the Talon. Yeah, hello, Mr. Talon. That means that they're probably lurking in this area somewhere. Actually, there's some rocks. Let me out the ship. Let's just I don't want that. I want my survival tool. Source drill. I might also get the copper. Copper's quite useful. Grab the copper while we're at it. I mean, I'm not going to specifically jump out of the hover vehicle to collect resources, but if I'm out the ship and I see them, I might as well grab them. Ooh, for a brief moment then I thought we were running into a radioactive area. No such luck. Now I've got to be a little bit careful here because this hover vehicle will not fly over water. And also, you can see it's pretty useless over rough terrain. This is something you've got to bear in mind when you're using this low power thrusters. It's really only very good at over flat terrain. More copper there. And hopefully we're not going to get into too much trouble here because I haven't unlocked the assault rifle yet. All I've done so far is we've got the shotgun. Some more spices there. I certainly like to collect spices. So that will give me some... spices are very useful for various recipes for making food. Mushrooms there. Right, coming up on the alien artifact. I wonder if it's going to be a tower or something. Hello, Mr. Congratulations, Commander. You've successfully completed this chapter of the basic exploration of the Robertson Protocol. Mission activation. Oh, great. Now, this is a very interesting tower. If I can get round, you can see that there's a special loot box right at the top. The problem is that that loot box, it will probably contain something that's really heavy that I probably wouldn't be able to carry. And of course, once you take something out of the loot box, you can't put it back in again. And my instinct at the moment is not to try and climb up. I mean, you can climb up through, but I don't really want to lose those resources, so we're going to leave that where it is at the moment. And actually, we'll just have a little bit of a look, see. Let's grab that silicon and I'm out. Yeah, just to show you guys. You can, with the jetpack thruster, you can force your way up through here. and come up through here, but you can see it's a bit of an awkward climb. And then right at the top here, you've got this special loot box here. Now there's a good chance that before you take out the core, there will be hostile creatures here. So the best vehicle to get up here with is a SV. And we're just going to leave that for the moment. So where are we going to go from here? Let's go up that way and let's get up here. Oh, that's natural sweetener. Yeah, I'll have 100 points. Now I've got this mission to craft a hover vehicle because that's the progression. If I'd come out here with a motorbike, I can hear some. Is that my footstep? Oh no, spiders. Okay, spiders. I'm going to oblige you. What would be a video if I didn't kill spiders? And of course it's all good XP. Let's just get up over here. Get a little bit of height. Now, as long as the hover vehicle isn't overloaded, we can get through these mountains. I mean, my instinct is, could I go north around this mountain chain, go up towards the pole? I mean, that could be it. It says there's resources to the north of us. Maybe we're going to go in this direction. So I do really want to find Promethium. See what I was saying, guys? It's just trying to push through. Yeah, there's some resources here. So that was weapons of that. Only take the plant fiber. Oops. Just shot a rock. It's a complete waste of ammunition. Let's change to here. We'll have a little bit of a scope round here. I mean, hopefully we won't run into any raptors, anything like that. We'll cut some logs down as well and make sure we keep plenty of natural fibre so that we can keep making biofuel. Maybe we'll just take a tree with us as well while we're at it. And now you can see that also that because I'm outside of the, I haven't got the jetpack on, as you can see, because I'm outside the hover vehicle, you can see also that there's something to the north which is quite close compared to, because my personal scanners are a lot shorter range than the one in the hover vehicle. Oh, I got that. So I think we are going to go north. Let's get back here. What we are going to do is go in, start and load that. Got plenty of meat, so we could make some stuff. This in controller 1, and what we got in controller. Yep. Don't know why I'm carrying that around separately. It's just, I think we're going to make food while we're at it. Where's the small constructor? Yeah. Let me hook that to the fridge and back to the fridge so that I don't have to mess about worrying about whether this food's going to spoil. And what we're going to do is make 4 salamis, and then I think we can just knock out 10 steaks while we're at it. I'm just going to do that. I'm just going to keep moving north just to see what we can find. I mean, apologies that this might be a little bit of a boring video, guys. There's some lakes up here, which is not going to be good. Actually, let me just talk about this. vehicle. One. In a controller one. Nope. Come on. Let's just get a little more fuel in the ship. It's very embarrassing to run out of fuel. Right, we've got a little bit of an open area here, but we've got a dip. We try and get a bit of a push up and through. There's some plant fibre there. Might as well grab that. I'm still walking around with the... Now, crossing mountains are very tricky with this vehicle. Simply because it's... well, it's rubbish. But the polite way of saying it. I mean, let's just see. Yeah, I mean, I could keep skirting round the south of the mountains, or we could try and get across that little bit of a saddle, but wait, and it says that there's 2 items to the west, so maybe if we can get up over this area here, and then we can cross over into that kind of low cut over here, we might be able to find some stuff. No, that is trouble down there. If we get down in there, there's a good chance we'll get trapped. So I certainly don't want to go down there. I think we're right. We found an iron deposit, which is probably going to be useful in the future, but not at the moment. I think we can afford to jump down here. I say we've got to keep away from the water. More plant fibre there, and some more plant protein. Just grab that. We're going to get back to the shotgun. Grab that. Yeah, we've got a bit of an open area here. We've got lots of lakes, so we're just going to have to keep moving north in the one direction that hasn't got anything showing as being of interest, which is a little bit unfortunate. We got a little bit of a deep cleft there. Who's this? Oh, it's not a raptor. These are friendlies. Hello guys, I'm not in the mood for hunting at the moment, and we'll just pick up some more natural sweetener. I really like my natural sweetener because it's almost an instant cure. Should I take any damage? I don't think I can even get across tiny bits of water at the moment, so I'm just going to have to try and fly this ridge and get round. Getting up towards the Arctic zone. Yeah, there we are. That berry bush tree, nope. Things are flattening out a bit now. There's one advantage once you get towards the poles, it tends to be really flat, so quite often you can fly right round the top with little or no problems. You can see it just flattens out completely. And if any of you guys are not familiar with the way the Arctic Circle area works now, you can see that you get the center is like you can fly into it, but you can't build there, you can't do anything. You also find these creatures up here, which they're not hostile, and they're like bird-like type dinosaurs. But just to show you, if you get over here, well, it's still a little bit, how can you say, naff, with the fact that the polar area is an exact circle, and the terrain does change kind of straight away like that. See here, we can just fly up, and there's a little bit of area here. Grab that. Right, protein. Some more plant protein over here. Quite strange. Quite often you do pretty well here with plant protein, which is really good. Oops. Let's go back. You can see this area, and just to show you on the map, we're just literally right on the edge of the kind of Arctic polar area here. As far as I know, I mean, I've never found, if any of you guys have ever found anything of interest up in that Arctic polar area, feel free to chuck it in the comments. I mean, personally, I've flown across and round all that, and I've never really ever found anything up there. Whoops. A bit of momentum, run into a tree, and then you lose momentum again. And what we're going to do is 1, 2, 3, 4, and we're just going to pop a couple of these. Just do a little bit of routine maintenance. Change the controller. Oh, okay. Control 1. I want the player on this side. What am I doing? Oops, and I should have put that in the fridge straight away. There. Just, I think I can fly around the Arctic area here. And it does say there's something to the west. And we're now effectively trapped because there's no way I can get up through these mountains in this vehicle. So we're committed now, flying around here, following the area here, and there's Xerax to the south of us. So I think what we can do is just fly this way and keep opening up this area, and hopefully we will find some Promethium. Promethium is my #1 objective, and it says there's stuff to the south and west, so we're just going to keep going and keep flying through. I mean, it'd be absolutely brilliant to find Promethium. I mean, there's not that much up here. I mean, in my previous series, I actually built a base up close to the North Pole, or our northern Arctic area. I mean, it worked okay, but I didn't really get the power levels I was expecting. So probably in this video, we'll probably keep closer to the equator, where I think the sun is probably a little bit more higher in the sky and hits the solar panels a bit more effectively. Right, we've got a great big lake in front of us, and I can't fly across the lake, so I have to be oops, that's Xerax territory, so we're gonna have to fly north, because there's no way I can, if I fly into Xerax territory, if I run into a patrol, there's no way I'm gonna survive with this ship, and I don't want to lose this ship, because this ship is the key to my survival. There's a little bit of silicon there. Do I really need it? I suppose I could. Yeah. I mean, silicon is quite a useful resource to have. I mean, it's not like iron where you can find a crashed ship and then steal loads and loads of rock drill. Well, I suppose rock crushed stone is going to be useful for making the blocks for my base when I eventually start to build one. And how am I doing for power? Let's have a quick look. Yeah, we're at 26%, so we're okay at the moment. Is it? Just keep flying around here and see what we can find. Seems we're in Xerax territory again. Obviously there's a lot of Xerax on this planet. We're just going to keep skirting around the top for the moment. I've got a feeling that I am going to have to focus on upgrading this hover vehicle, getting some turrets on the top so that we can do some incursions into Xerax territory. Especially if we can't find any Promethium in an area that's fairly neutral. I mean, that's going to be the main cause for concern. What are we doing here? Yeah, I mean, we're actually in Xerax territory now, so I don't really want to hang around too much. There's a possible chance that we will run into a patrol. I mean, we could, as long as I stay on the flat, I could outrun a patrol, but the last thing I want to do is get caught in a mountainous area and not be able to maneuver quickly with a patrol on my tail. Wow, this is a really big area. This is where, I mean, this is an example of the decision. So, is that said I was entering and I actually just left. Now that could be useful because I could get across this mountain, but there's lakes down there. We could go round the top. If we go round the top, it might be a bit flatter. I mean, we could sneak in here a little bit. There's lakes over here as well, so yeah, that's a little bit too rough for this ship. If we go round the top of the mountain, and then we can curve back in again, that should work. Sorry, this is a little bit boring, guys. A horrible noise is actually the creatures. They sound a lot more hostile than what they actually are. I mean, they're completely friendly. If you hang around, just to show you guys, if you come out here, what you will find is that these will hang around. I mean, they're not, there we are, they will start to follow you, but they're completely non-aggressive until, of course, you start to attack them. And they, like everything in this game, the moment you attack them, they get aggressive. But they will follow you around. I think that's been built in as a little bit of a quirk. But they sound a lot more hostile in that growling noise. Right. Just keep flying. Right, we got to here, and we got a flat area going south. I think before we do that, though, I'm going to stop and collect some more trees, just so that we can keep the fuel situation going. One more. I think we get a couple of trees. Of course, we're going to put those into the inner controller. I suppose we better have a quick check to make sure the structure is actually right. We're going to have to hook this back to inner controller 1, back to the ordinary container controller. And I think we can make them, say, another 15 of these. I think we can afford to go south and see what's down this way. Since we got 2 blocks here to the south and west, I say this does look like it's flat terrain. We're just going to ease our way through here. Yeah, it says we got 3. Now, the only main concern with that is that once we get down through here, we may run into Xerax again. Actually, no, I thought there was Xerax that way. So, when it would be really good if we could come round this way and come back to the base south of the Xerax. But that means we would have to fly in an easterly direction. But I suppose in some ways it'd be better just to keep going west. And I want to keep out the trees if possible. This is where I'd probably get into a blind canyon or something stupid like that. Let's just grab that. Lake that way. Hello, Mr. Dinosaur. That. Right, so we're 4.5 kilometers away from the engine compartment, which is our home. Oh, this could be tricky because right, maybe we can get through here. I mean, if push comes to shove, I remember correctly, I should be able to. Let me just check this, guys. When if push comes to shove, if I gather the resources, I could make the necessary upgrades for this ship actually out here in the wilderness. But we would have to gather the. Actually, maybe that might be an idea. Let me just start to. Right, we're going to start gathering resources, and maybe we can make the necessary items we actually need. So let's see if we can get over it. Hello, see what I was saying, guys? This is the reason why I didn't really want to enter Xerax territory with this ship. Oh, go away. Okay. What's I after? Grab that. Yeah, I think that's what we're going to do, guys. Rather than trying to get back to my base, because I've got everything I really need on this ship here. So I think what we're going to do is just scout around this area, see if we can get the resources to start building up and upgrading this ship on the go. And what we're going to do is a bit of mobile exploration is probably the best term for it. I'm just going to grab that. Right, let's just get back into here. I mean, I've got my fridge, I've got everything I need. Oops. So let's just get into here. Drop that into there. We've got the fridge. In there. Let's see what, I mean, I should have brought more resources with me, but that's a mistake on my part, so there's not much I can do about that. Right, we've got to make motors and other items. So we need nanotubes, and I mean, we could start making some items here, but we need steel plates. So we actually, strange enough, I need iron. Okay. So if we can find an iron mine, or I think we'll just keep grabbing the copper for the moment. I mean, I'm going to build RCSs and thrusters, because we're going to, if once the moment I put our lateral, the ordinary thrusters on, it will mean that what will happen is that I need to put my lateral horizontal thrusters on as well. Actually, unlock those and just have a quick look. Let's just have a quick. Do we have hover vehicles? Thrusters. Yeah, we've got the small thrusters available. We can make the small thrusters, so we just need to gather enough resources to do that. I think we're just going to keep coming down here. Of course, the other big issue I'm going to have is weight. Just grab that. I'm going to be doing this. It's going to be a question of, I mean, I could, if I get to a good area, I could deploy the portable constructor and store stuff in it, and then set a field base up. I mean, that could be one option. I mean, we're getting into a nice flat area here now. I'm just gonna wait. Don't run away. So we've got a nice flat area here. So it's full of lakes. But we've got a Talons here. And we could go and say hello and make friends with the Talon. Yeah, I think that's what we're going to do, guys. Is rather than go back to the engine compartment, is we're going to operate in the field for a little while so we can keep exploring the planet, and we're going to upgrade the ship as we go along rather than going back to the engine compartment and doing it. Yeah, I think that's the way forward. So, and that means we should be able to open up this whole area and find out what is worth going. I mean, there's something interesting over there if we can get to it. And I think we're just going to head there first. And then I've just noticed the time as well on this video, that what we'll probably do is I'll get over there and check out that area there, and then that's where I'll probably call it for the video, because we still haven't found any Promethium. I mean, it'd be really great to find some Promethium, some resources here. So get here, some silicon. Obviously, iron is the shortage, but we might as well grab whatever we can. Keep away from him. I don't have the weapons to put down a pteropod. And of course, we're starting to get dark as well, so I'm pretty sure I brought my tent with me. I'd be a bit embarrassed if I didn't bring the tent with me. Yep. So where were we travelling towards? Some plant fibre there. Just grab that. Oh, this just looks like a depression with... Yes, I can hear you. Oops. Grab that. Keep an eye cut. Now, it says that there's 2 areas of interest to the east, but I can almost guarantee that that is going to be the Iraq's territory. Yeah, we're kind of skiting down through here, but maybe we can shoot into Talon territory by going south. So we're just going to go this way, guys. Am I going to get across this area here? My ship's gone a bit lumpy. I think we can get a bit of momentum. You see, as I've now started to pick up resources, the ship's getting a little bit sluggish. In fact, I just wonder, can I double up with these extra thrusters? And that's a thought. Let me just see, can I build some more of these simple base thrusters? No, we need steel plates. Maybe that's something to experiment with in the next part, guys. So, but this is where I'm going to leave it. Hope you enjoyed the episode. Hope you found it interesting. Apologies that it's just been wandering around looking at the planet. But if we can pick up some steel plates, maybe I'll put some extra thrusters on this to give me a bit more lift and a bit more mobility. That will also fill in some of the requirements for the mission that I've got on the right hand side there. But this is where I'm going to leave it. Hope you enjoyed the episode. Hope you found it interesting. And until next time, whatever you do, enjoy your gaming.